Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you at this fine Saturday here in the great state of Florida still. And just want to welcome you from wherever you're tuning in from around the world. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining the channel and supporting the channel. And of course, if you've been here a little bit, you know what to do. Smash that like button. This helps get this content out to more people and help grows the channel. And I really appreciate all the comments and the questions that come through. And I'll certainly get back to those as quickly as you can. If you want more immediate access, you can join the Discord. There's links below in the description, the Stocks with Josh Discord. I'm in the crypto channel daily, interacting, engaging, answering questions, posting charts, and that is probably the best place that if you want more immediate access and back and forth, that would be the place to go. So definitely the best community on Discord, Stocks with Josh. Click below the links. There are two different plans that you can sign up there, and a lot of other links below for my cheat sheet and other links and resources as well. Okay, so we're going to jump straight. Oh, and I did want to say that yesterday I've had a little bit of issues with uploading, downloading, and I did upload a video yesterday. YouTube cut it off. I don't know why. It was full and entirety. I did check the whole thing. I uploaded it only to find out later that the last part of it had been cut off. I think the SUI and the Bitcoin charts. I am going to go those today, and hopefully that this goes up with no problems at all. Okay, so we're going to jump into a little bit of news. So what happened yesterday? Jackson Hole, the Fed Powell, he didn't take any questions. And you can see here that the balance of risk to Fed mandates has changed. It's time for the Fed policy to adjust. So according to the Kabisi letter, the Fed pivot is officially here, and that's what caused the market to pump. We also saw some changes in the political side of things as well, and there's a move to the general feeling that a more pro-Bitcoin candidate is now leading in the polls, and that also, I think, contributed. I think those things together, as well as all the accumulation, was the powder keg to kick it on. We saw global liquidity continue to grow. It includes India, 90.4 billion, and the DXY is continuing to drop. Usually as the DXY drops, we usually see Bitcoin and other assets start to go up a little bit higher. We also saw a wonderful Bitcoin golden cross. Okay, and generally speaking, when that's happened, last time Bitcoin pumped from 59 to 70K in just 2 weeks. I do think 70K is on the cards. We may even see a new all-time high in September. Let's see what happens there. And so every time Bitcoin touches trend line, we rip to a new all-time high. Okay, so this is what I was just saying before about the Bitcoin possibly getting new all-time high, possibly being breached. Maybe it'll be breached in August. I don't know. That would have to be some move though. But I think more likely September, October. And then as I was just saying that we had that, there's a liquidation level where shorts are going to get smoked at 69,000, 6.5 billion worth of Bitcoin shorts. So I really do feel that there will be a move to the upside from here. Yeah, we could have some little pullbacks along the way, but I really do believe that is where we're heading. Some other news, banana gun is something that I have been consistently sharing on here for the last few weeks, and it just keeps increasing. It's the release of their new Solana bot. This is a Telegram bot. It's making comparable fees to other DeFi protocols like Aave. I did show this the other day. Market share among Telegram bots has been steadily increasing from 16% to 23%. This is definitely something that I will be trying out, but I certainly don't sleep on banana. We're going to look at the banana charts at the end. Also, very bullish on SUI. I didn't get to show the SUI charts, but then SUI took off. But here's the deal. I've been sharing about SUI since the end of May. So you've had a lot of time to accumulate SUI at the lower level. So SUI network offers the highest yields on stable coins among all the blockchains, okay? So SUI Land, certainly one that I have used and that I like. And so they offer some pretty good APY on that. So certainly that is, SUI is beginning to grow. And one thing I do like about SUI is it has a capped supply. Solana and Ethereum, the two leading blockchains, do not have a capped supply. That means the supply just keeps increasing, and this can make the price difficult to grow. SUI has a capped supply. So I do feel that long-term SUI could end up being the winning blockchain. I know it's a bold statement, but I'm putting it out there that I'm very bullish on SUI. I'm also very bullish on Tau. I gave the Tau trade over the last couple of weeks. I was literally urging people on the Discord and on YouTube regarding this project. And there is some great, you can come check out the report from Grayscale to read up a little bit more about it there. But like just, to be picking it up when it dropped to 165, 180, I was still telling people to buy at 200 and at 220. So I'm still in that trade, but I am seeing there could be possibly a pullback here and it's a chance to reload. We're going to get into the Tau charts in a minute. I did sell all of my ETH hodl bag for Tau. That was an amazing trade. Tau has literally doubled. And so if ETH had doubled, it would be up from the time I sold it about 3,500. It would be up at 7,000. So you just see how difficult it is when the supply is so big and so much is being added to supply, how hard it is for price to move, whereas Tau has a very limited supply and the price can move very quickly, as we've seen with Bitcoin, how it jumped very quickly. I mean, we were at 49 just a few weeks ago and now we're up in the 60s. And so it's moved very quickly with that limited supply. I do want to add that I still have my ETH ETF and I'm still in an ETH swing trade. So I haven't completely abandoned ETH. I still have 2 positions or 2 portfolios with that, but that was one of the best decisions I made to move that over, okay? And don't forget about the Empire. The Empire strikes back. I don't think it's still too late. I've been in this for 30 days and I've gotten myself up to how many billion tokens per hour. Remember, these tokens you can sell when the token launch comes and you'll get money for those tokens. That's free money for just playing this game and for completing some of the tasks on there, which are very easy. There's no investment needed. Please check out the link below in the description if you would like to sign up for the Empire Strikes Back, the X-Empire Must game. Okay, we're going to jump into the charts here. So let's move over and we're going to start with the DXY. We've seen that's just really broken down here. And we could see it continue to break down here. It's had a huge bust down here. And you can see, I think we'll end up around about here. And so this is good for Bitcoin. Usually when the DXY is pumping, Bitcoin is dropping and vice versa. They're correlated together. The Bitcoin dominance, yes, we still haven't even had a proper alt season. Look, some of these alts have gone double. This is the importance of being in the right altcoins at the right time, because we haven't even had an altcoin season. If we look at the altcoin season index, we're still in Bitcoin season. And yet we've had altcoins that have done 100, 200% just in the last couple of weeks. And so we're wanting to see this break. Once we break down from here and retest, I think we're going to come tumbling down to about 47% on Bitcoin there. All right, let's start with the Tau trade and the Tau chart. Okay, so I gave the trade. You all know I've been giving this trade on here for a little while. And I gave the trade. Look, there was my lovely trendline support. Once we broke that, it was time to go. It was time to get in. And if you did get in, look at these 2 big candles here coming up. There's some wicking there. We came into resistance. I did say I felt that it would stop at 340, and it did close above 340, and it got up to 355. But that's pretty much been bang on, because right now, where are we? We're at resistance, and we can't get by 340. So we've been stopped here. Where am I going to get back in this trade? I'm going to get back in this trade around about 320. Maybe just above 320. Sometimes I'll put bids in for 320. I'll get down to 320 and 50 cents or 321. So I often will go like 321 or 322. So my first bid's going to be back here around this level here around. You can see there's some upper wicking here that comes in. You can see we kind of closed the candle there and reopen another one. So I think we're actually going to retrace this candle slowly down to here possibly. So I'm looking at about 320 odd for the first bid, and then I've got a second bid around about 300 there, and then obviously I've got some bids back in this area here if we are lucky and it does come down to touch here. But I was accumulating here quite significantly. So this was a good raise. I'm still in this trade. So if for some reason we don't come back to 320 and we just keep going up to 365, that's totally fine. I'll take some more profits at 365. If you're not in this trade at all, certainly the risk is more to the down. Certainly taking an entry here for the long term. I think Tau is going to go to 3,000. So if you buy it at 340, I think it's going to 10x. But then you could risk going, I could have gotten so much more for a lot lower down at if we get back down to 300. But certainly, I think 320, and I wouldn't be surprised there if we drop down. So we have a Fibonacci there actually at 323. So that might not be a bad place to put a bid, somewhere between 320 and 323 and 330. And then to the upside, obviously, it's just 365 is my next level. Check out my cheat sheet. I've got all my take profit levels in my cheat sheet and all my entries. It's free. It's in the description below. Let's look at banana. This was another one that I've been encouraging people to jump into. And certainly if we look at it on the 4 hour there, we have broken above the 50-day moving average. We've retested a support. And so I think now that this would be a level, entry now is okay. We break down from here. Obviously, we've got the 47 level and then 43 and 39. If we look on the daily here, if we check out where the 50-day moving average is, the 50-day moving average is about 39. So those would be my levels for jumping back in here. Around about the level it's around now, 49.50. Of course, we could break down from this level, but we have retested it as we went down below it, went back above it, retested as support. And so if this level holds, certainly this is a place to accumulate. But I think this is going to do a solid 10x over this bull run. There's only a 10 million supply. My take profit per banana is up at 60 and then at 70. You can see the Fibonacci there. And then we've got 80, which is its all-time high. So those are my 3 profits for the swing trade. So just check that out for banana. Obviously, I have it going a lot higher, up into the hundreds for banana gun for this bull run. I think this could end up being a real star of the show with Tau. These could be my two big ones here. And so SUI is another one that I gave here at $1. Look, there's the 200 EMA. Why do I use the 200 EMA instead of the 200 simple? Because the 200 EMA and the 200 simple are very close there, but I use it for a couple of reasons. Reason number one is because it takes into account the more recent price action. I like that. It's more heavily weighted of what's happened recently. And I want to be more looking at a moving average that weights what's happened more recently. But also watch, if I look at this one here, the 50-day is just going to stay there, and no matter what time frame I go on, the 50-day just stays at that exact same time frame. But look at the 200 EMA on the 4 hour, it just keeps dropping. And so you can actually find that there is support and resistance there. So it's like a golden, for me, 200 EMA is a golden support and resistance on every time frame. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got here, would this be an entry here? Sure. I mean, if you're not in SUI, certainly we're right on. Look, anything that is below or just on or just a little bit above the 200 EMA historically has been great areas to buy for the long-term bull run. If you're looking to swing trade, yeah, this can be a good one because, you know, we've got this candle here, and I think we're going to eat this candle up at some point there up to $1.10, $1.12. This is why I didn't pay profit here. But certainly we could also pull back, and the ranges that I'm looking at for pullback is probably around this 88 cent region down to the 50-day moving average, 79. So 79 to 88 region. And I'm also looking at as well the 92, 93. So those are my three, 93, 88, and then 79 to 88. So 93, I've got an order in there for 93. I've got an order in there for around 88. And then I think I've got an order in there for 82 and 79. So that's how I'm playing SUI right now. And then taking profit to the upside, please just check out the cheat sheet. Render is the other one. So we've done Tau, Banana, SUI. Render is number 4. So this is the 4th coin that I've been accumulating here. And again, this is really in really good territory. Look, I was encouraging to get in this trade here around the $4 level. And then I took profit at $5.75. I'll take profit again at about $7. If we're going to come back and retest, it's going to be around this $5.10 level that I would think would be a good area to have a bid there. And certainly we're under the 200 EMA on the daily. We've just kind of peeked our head above the 50-day moving average, the simple moving average. So that could lead as support, but certainly there, $5.30 as well could be an entry there, $5.25, $5.30. So if you're looking on the way down, I'm going to say $5.25, $5.30 there could be a solid entry. And then further to that, around the $5 to $5.10 level. But do check out my cheat sheet. I've got entry levels there, and I've got take profits on render as well. And we are still under the 200 EMA on the daily for render. And so I still think that this coin can do a bit of this is in good, traditionally, historically, under the 200 AMA is a good time to accumulate. Arweave is coin number 5 that I'm going to give you here. And again, look at Arweave coming up against resistance here, the 200 EMA. So would I be buying here? If you're doing a long-term hodl, certainly the risk is more to the downside. But if it breaks through here and retests, then you're off to the races. So that's where I would take the trade. I wouldn't take the trade here unless you are confident and you want to front run it, and that's fine. Some people go, hey, I know it's going to go over here and retest it and go, so I might as well get it now before it does that. That's called front running. It's certainly more risky. Certainly if Bitcoin dumps, you can get caught out and then you miss out on getting it at the lower level. So where would I be looking to accumulate more? It's in my cheat sheet, but around the 22, the 20, and the 18 level there. And then if you look on the 4-hour time frame there, and I've got all the profit levels for Arweave on my swing trade and on my cheat sheet. Just check that out. So I think here, see this support band has been quite good support. So this could be an area here around the 24 to 25 area. The 200 EMA on the 4 hours at 24. So I'd be putting my bids if I wanted to grab some here if I didn't have any at around 24, 25. We also see the 50-day moving average at around 25. So this should be some pretty good support around 24, 25. Of course, as it drops down and we get lucky and we manage to pick up some more at 22 and 18, that would be fantastic. I'm not sure if we're going to get that opportunity. Check out the cheat sheet for all the take profit levels to the upside for Arweave. All the information is in that cheat sheet. And then finally, coin number 6 is Casper. And this one here hasn't jumped as much as people because it jumped early. It jumped early up to 21 cents when everything else was in a downtrend. Casper was going up, and now Casper's cooling off. And we're above the 200 EMA on the daily, so that's a good sign, but we're below the 50-day moving average. So with Casper, just check out my cheat sheet. I have all the levels there, but certainly in the 15 to 16 cent range or down to 14 cent is where I have some orders, which is where the 200 EMA on the daily is. I have an order down there. And then this area here, as you can see, has provided some pretty good support. If we switch to the 4 hour, and this is why I like that 200 EMA, which certainly there you can see there could be some strong support at 16. So if it was me, I would be putting, and I didn't have Casper, I wanted to accumulate more, 16 cent region, which we're pretty much in right now. If we see a retest here and then off to the race, you could wait till that hits and retest, confirm the support and takes off. Or again, you can front run this and say, hey, I feel it's going to retest this. I'm going to put a bid in here and then go for it. Certainly to the downside, you could see that 15 cent or 14 cent region. But I really do think between 14 and 16 cents, you really want to have accumulated. Once we start getting above this 50-day moving average at 17 cents, I think, and test that as support, I do feel we're going to head straight on up to the all-time high of 21 cents. We might have a little bit of rejection there, maybe come back to the 50-day moving average before going on and setting a new all-time high. Let's just have a quick look at Bitcoin before we finish up here. And so Bitcoin did exactly what I said it was going to do. I had said repeatedly through videos many times, and this is what I said. I said, look at this. I said, we're going to get a break to that. Oh, everybody was calling for really low numbers. I was saying, no, that's not going to happen. Look, this is bullish. It's banging right up against it. There's no long wicking away from it. And so off we went. And then we came down. Everybody was saying, oh, we're going down to 43. I was like, no, we're not. The local bottom was in. And of course, it's been confirmed that the local bottom is in. So I called both of those local bottoms. And if you want to learn how I call these local bottoms, watch my life-changing game series. I do a full episode on how to identify local bottoms. And I've nailed it both times, okay? And so that's why I put in a lot of bids here, made money, put in a lot of bids here, made money. Now we're going to the upside. We've got a little bit of resistance here. And so I said the same thing was happening here. Look what happened. We were sitting under the 200 EMA. We popped up, but look at how many hits we had on the 50-day moving average. And we were on usually about the seventh hit, we break through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, bang, and we're through. Okay, so I would expect from here what we might get is a retest of the 50-day moving average down at around 61,500, and then I think we should then push up. This is where we broke down from here at about 65, so that is why we had resistance there. Look at that, and this is what I identified just the other day and said, this is where I thought that we would find some resistance. We should bang around here for a little while, and that would be great, because then if we see Bitcoin dominance come down, the alts can run, and then I think we move up to around 69K to retest this level here. As I've been saying all along, we are in a bullish wedge pattern here, and it has stayed within it, and I drew this pattern here even before these happened. I had this all the way back. You go back to all the way my videos in May and June where I drew this in, and look at what has happened here. This has been great, and I think we still bang around in here and eventually break to the upside. Okay, all right, this wraps this up on this fine Saturday. Thank you again for joining. You are the most amazing community. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your support. I hope to see you today in the Discord. And until the next one, happy trading.